Now who here is ready to set the mood? Ladies and gentle dudes. The perfect touch. Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about losing your V card / truly just gaining an experience in general. I don't really know why they call it losing something when you're actually getting something in return. I really just wanted to make this for the teens, tweens, and everything in between, and above and beyond that. I mean, maybe you're not a teen or a tween and you're just wondering what to do. I got a lot of questions, let me tell you, a lot, being like, am I weird for not losing my virginity before I'm 20 or before I'm 21? Somebody said like 27, like you're not weird at any age. Everybody is on their own clocks and times. That is all your own personal experience. Really what I'm just going to be here talking about today. First off, I'm going to start by sharing my experience just so you guys know how weird and awkward mine was before you go on asking a bunch of questions. But I screenshotted a bunch of questions that you guys sent me on Instagram. My @ will be here if you ever want to participate in these things. Love their new feature that I can ask you guys questions and get your responses. Although it has to be a short question or it gets cut off. Anyways, before I dive right in, I just wanted to say I have another video on this topic called The Sex Talk I Wish I Had. And it was very long, in-depth, like around 20+ minute video about just what I wish I would have heard about sex in general before I had it. So you can go and watch that as well if you're looking for all of the knowledge today, but this video is solely going to be about like your first ever sexual experience and all of the things that I wish I knew and that I want you to know. So this all being said, I'm just gonna go right ahead and jump into my story. Also, hey mom, if you're watching this, or dad, who knows? But now you know all the deets, because I don't tell my parents anything. I also got questions about that, like when do I tell my mom? I'm like, is there a rule book that you have to? Because I definitely didn't. Pretty private about certain parts of my life, except on the internet. Because just trying to make you guys feel more safe and comfortable over here. Okay, let's just get right into this big sis advice. My first experience having sex was actually not really a full experience, like a sexual experience at all. It was while intoxicated. I was young, I was dumb. I was not thinking that it would happen, and it did. So I didn't prepare for it. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of people, or at least I know a lot of people, are looking to prepare. Maybe that's why you're watching this video, but I also got lots of questions being like, how do I know I'm ready? You know what I mean? I was not ready. I wouldn't say that I was, but it just kind of happened. It just slipped in, if you will. And how this happened was, I was 16. I told this story in my other video as well, but I had a crush on this guy. We had been like talking via social media for a while and then finally met. And when I met him, it was immediately like hand to butt, just like being super flirty, just taking me away at the party. And I was like, wow, someone wants me. This is hot, you know? And just so you know, I'm not recommending being intoxicated for your first time at that age. Like, one, I didn't know my limits with Miss Alcohol, and two, I was just like a sloppy kind of drunk, like lost my phone that night kind of drunk. So this experience was all just sloppy from all ends. Oh, this is a really honest story. I didn't say that part in my last video that I filmed sharing this experience, but now you know. I'm 21, so let's talk about alcohol. But yeah, basically the experience was just weird in general. I mean, the guy and I are still friends and have laughed about it now that we are many years older and been like, I'm so sorry that happened, you know? Because basically we just went back to his hotel room and we're just like hooking up, like doing everything but the hanky-panky. And I told him, because, you know, things were escalating quickly, I was like, I'm a virgin, by the way. And he was like, no, you're not. And I was like, that's a weird response to have to somebody saying that. Yes, I am. Like, what? But he basically like didn't believe me for some reason. That's a whole weird thing in itself. I don't know. But one thing led to another and it just whoop, went right in, and I was like, ow. And it probably was in for maybe 10 seconds, maybe, before I took it out and then bled all over the white sheets. So that was my first time. And my first time wasn't really like a full-on like having sex experience. You know what I mean? It was just like a slip in, ow, and then take out, because he just, you know, like broke my hymen. But there's ways to do that before you even have your first time, like through masturbation and doing that yourself. And I feel like you know when your hymen is broken. It can also be broken through sports, excessive activity, stuff like that. I've heard like sometimes it gets broken via tampon, but honestly, I think I had sex before I even had a consistent period. I got my period when I was 17. So many different timelines. But yeah, so that happened. And I basically just kind of freaked out afterwards and was like, oh my God, like I'm just like bleeding all over your sheets and you have other people staying with you and like, what the heck? And then one of the people who was staying with him started knocking on the door, also very drunk, and was like, let me in, you know, just like, come on, man, I'm staying there. Just like trying to stumble into the room and probably pass out or throw up, or who even knows, honestly. It was messy. It was a messy night. And I just got scared and like ran into the bathroom and put my clothes back on and was like, fuck, I don't have my phone. And then I went on a hunt to find my lost phone. And that was the time I lost it. It being my V card and also my phone. But gained a really weird experience in the end. And yeah, like I said, me and that guy discussed that experience sometime last year. And we were both at a party and I just got the guts to be like, hey man, by the way, you know you took my virginity, right? And he was like, yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that for like a very long time and just we never got the chance to do this, but I'm so sorry about that entire experience. Like, I just really hope that you had better sex than me at that age. And I was like, yeah, honey, I have. Because it wasn't even sex. Like, it just wasn't. But this all being said, my first time actually having intercourse was also not my best moment. Let me just say, it wasn't with anybody special. It was just also kind of spur of the moment, like, why the heck not? If I'm being honest with you, I don't think I genuinely respected myself in any way to be actually doing that, but I was just doing it. I don't know if it was to get it out of the way, but when I think back about those times, I'm like, why did I do it with those people? But at the same time, I'm not really regretful, because I'm like, all of these experiences just led me to find a better experience with my partner now in general. And I don't want to like shame anybody's sexual experiences. Like, if you're just doing it with somebody for fun, like, do you know? Follow your dreams. I don't care what you do, but I just hope that you're being safe about it, okay? Birth control, condoms, IUDs. I don't know what you need to get done, but just have it done. Dental dams if you're doing the lady on lady. Definitely condoms if you're doing the dude on dude. There are many forms of birth control out there, and just like I said, I hope you're being safe. All right, now let's get into some of these ding dang questions, because boy, I have a lot that I screenshotted. Was losing your virginity what you thought it was going to be like? No. Should I wait to find somebody I care about, or should I just get it over with? Well, honey, I would say if I had to pick one of those options that I personally did, I just got it over with. But I can't tell you what to do with your body. You know, I think that that's just like a you thing, you know, do whatever you want. I know that might be a shitty answer, but like, who am I to tell you, yeah, just go and do it. Like, if you want to have a special experience with somebody, you can make it special. And I think that's the best part about like gaining this experience with somebody, is like having a lovely time. Sometimes I wish that my first time was a lovely time, but at the same time, I don't really regret anything that I did. So it's really a catch-22. It's really just however it plays out. But truly, I got so many of those questions being like, does it have to be with someone special? Like, no, it doesn't have to be with someone special. It also doesn't have to be with someone shitty. Use your own judgment, ladies and gents. Does it hurt the first time? For me, yes, it did. But I think I should break this stigma now that it does not hurt for everyone. I've heard from many friends that it was just a pleasurable experience for them overall, and I'm like, damn, okay, why did I bleed all over the bed then? You know, like, it's really just varying for your body. So I can't tell you if it's gonna hurt or not. I mean, if you're really warmed up down there, like do a lot of, you know, you time and not just like externally, but like internally, then maybe it won't hurt. Personally, I thought I was warmed up enough, but honey, I was not. I got a question from somebody saying that they are 20 and haven't lost it yet and are anxious about losing it to somebody in fear that they won't want to be with a virgin. And in my opinion, like, if anybody's weird about you being a virgin when you first are doing it with them, maybe they're not the one to do it with. You know what I mean? If they're being like, wow, that's really weird that you haven't lost it, or like being judgmental and strange. It's like, okay, well, you're really killing the mood right now, buddy. So I feel like if you were to open up about that with your partner, if they're the right partner, they would just be like, oh, that's fine. Like, this is okay. Yeah. Someone asked, how long did it take for sex to stop hurting for you? Just in general. The second time that I had it, so like the first time was just a whoop, and then the second time was a more like extended period of time. And honestly, I was in pain for a lot of that. But to be honest with you, I really think it was because I was not hot and ready down there. I think that women take a lot more time to just get generally revved up for the experience. And if you're not wet, then it won't be that pleasant because it will just hurt. Dry sex is terrible, terrible sex, okay? Lube is your BFF. Maybe just try that out. Coconut oil, we love her work. So I would recommend those things if you are like in pain and need a little like, you know, warming up. Is spotting normal after you lose your virginity? In my experience, I would say yes, because I did continue to bleed even after I was bleeding on the bed. I'd say that maybe even the next day I was spotting. So yeah, I would say that's normal for me, but not for like an extended period of time. Like I would go see a doctor. How do you say you want to stop because it hurts too much? Say, I want to stop. And if they don't stop, then, oh my God, get the heck out of there. You know, consent is very key in these situations. There was a very blurred line of consent when I first had that experience, and knowing the guy, I know that he did not have malintent. He was just drunk and just flinging things around, and it just went in, and you know, I don't know, but it just happened. And I know that he wasn't trying to do any bad things to me. This took a turn from this question, but just say that you want to stop, or have a safe word, you know, be like banana. But you would come up with that beforehand with the individual. You wouldn't just blurt out banana. You know? Should I try to act sexy and make sounds like they do in the movies? This is a funny question to me because they're really just asking out of genuine curiosity, like that is performed. You can definitely, those are performers in movies and in porn and stuff. They're performing and putting on, you know, like a scene for you. But I think that there definitely are like sounds of pleasure that one emits naturally, at least in my experience. You wouldn't just, silent sex would be so strange for me. Like there's a lot of talking, and if you can't talk to your partner while you're doing it, like you're probably with the wrong partner. If you can't laugh while you're doing it and be like, whoop, what's going on? Like, okay, then yeah, maybe don't do it with that person. But I can't tell you to like make sounds or not. Like, I think that it just happens naturally. How do you tell the guy you're seeing that you haven't had sex, but you want to with him? Just bring it up as a serious conversation, sister. Just be like, so, man, I've been meaning to talk to you about this, and I don't want it to be strange. I just want to let you know that I am a virgin. And I've been thinking recently, you know, I would like to lose it to you if you are obviously down to receive. But if you're not, totally fine, brother, I get it. Maybe something like that. But then again, can't tell you what to say. I feel like you'll know the moment and you'll know the time that it's good to just incorporate, just throw into conversation. You know, if you guys get on the topic about sexual things, or if you're in a sexual situation and you're like, okay, I know we've been doing a lot of like smooching, but I'm looking to do some more, you know, that would be like a nice segue. Why does everybody make it such a big deal? Like it's just life. Why do boys get praised and women get shamed? You know, society is a weird one. But at the same time, I can't really say that when I lost my virginity, anybody shamed me. I don't think anybody I told was like, oh my God, why did you do that? But yes, I would say in movies and in normal everyday situations, it's very normal for the guy to get like a pat on the back and the girl to get like, okay, so you're like that. You know, it's weird. It's very weird. I don't know why everybody cares so much, but I personally do not care what you do with your body. Like I said, I only care if you're being safe with it. So just do that. But no, it's not a big deal. Society makes it out to be a very big deal. And I feel like I'm almost making it a bigger deal by making this video, but I'm really just trying to give you some sweet advice, you know, just tell you that there's a lot of people out there who have the same questions and inquiries that you do, and you're not alone. And a lot of people just feel strange about their first time, and that's okay, you know? And some people are like, woo, my first time was awesome. I loved him or her so much, and it was amazing. Like, yes, more power to you, you know? Somebody said that it's not really a question that they're asking, but that they just generally fear the attachment that having this experience with someone will bring on. And in my personal case, I can't really say that I grew attached to that person, but he was still in my life, and I still did have a crush on him that I would, like, you know, try to act on from time to time, but we never were intimate again after that. I think both of us were like, I'm okay with that. So I wouldn't really say that I grew attached, and thinking of him now, I'm not like, I need him. You know what I mean? So maybe just you'll hold the memories in your head, but don't get scared of like getting too gripped onto them. And if you are fearful of that, maybe just take a step back and be like, I need to analyze the way that I attach myself to people in my own daily life, you know? Do you think there is a pressure for people to lose their virginity by a certain age? Yes, because I got so many questions of people being so insecure about their age. There is definitely like some weird pressure for people to lose it quickly, but follow your damn heart and your body's inclinations. Like, if you know it's the right time, it's the right time. And sometimes you're just like, yes, just take me. And sometimes you'll be with somebody, like, I had a situation in high school where he was like, I want to do it. And I was like, well, I don't. So sorry, buddy. So don't feel pressure from even like your own partner to do it. If you're not ready, you're not ready. And you know that in your head, okay? Would you say it's a better feeling when you're in a relationship with someone rather than when you're not? Yes, because there's a lot more love exchanged that is just genuine. And I think that there's a difference between, this is like a quote at the end of a Mac Miller video. I'll put it in if I can find the clip. But there's a difference between having sex, making love, and fucking. And I truly believe that. Like, I picture fucking as like porn. I picture having sex as just like, you know, you just doing it just to do it. And then there's making love, which just happens, and it's just so like intimate and amazing an experience. It's like a full body experience overall. Like, there's just lots of things involved in it that wouldn't be with anybody else, rather than you're like, I love you, your person, you know? And even if you're not in a relationship, but you just love that person so genuinely, that will come through when you're making love. I also got this question a lot, which was, how can I be comfortable with my body, or like being vulnerable in front of a person for the first time? Like, just general insecurity about your body and being like in the light or something with someone and being just fully nude and out there. This is also your own specific journey, very specific to you, whatever you're dealing with. But I would say that you just need to like look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you are a boss ass woman or man or whatever you define yourself as. Or more importantly, do it with somebody that you are comfortable with in general, like that you would be fine with just with them seeing you naked. And also, you can always ask to have the lights turned off, or maybe just have some dim lighting, like some lamps or candles or whatever you might want. But yeah, this really just goes back to you loving your own body as a whole and being fine with that, and fine in yourself enough to, you know, be comfortable with another person. But it's also a question of just having the right partner. I got a few questions like this. Advice for girls who get shit on for wanting to wait till marriage. I must say, I do not relate, but do you? You know, if anybody's offended by that, be like, this is what my heart wants and this is my intentions. So if you are feeling strange about that, then maybe you're not the one. Like I said earlier, when I was talking about people being weird about you being a virgin or whatever, you will find the right man, woman, whatever, who will take you on as you are. And that is a good sexual partner, okay? How do you get over the general awkwardness of the whole situation? Laugh a lot, giggle, like I said, just be comfortable with the person of choice. so that you can just get over that hurdle together and just be like, woohoo. This also kind of falls into the category of knowing when you're ready or whatever. But somebody asked, how do I know if I'm making the right decision? And I feel like, one, you would know deep down in your gut. Like, I feel like we all have that kind of like intuition kind of sense, like, is this the right person? And if you don't feel that way, then don't do it. And if you do it. But also kind of going off of that gut feeling, if you're feeling shameful about even like being sexual with that person, or like, I shouldn't be doing this or whatever, then don't. And if you have that kind of just like, that was weird kind of feeling afterwards, then don't revisit it, you know? And all of these are learning experiences. You just learn from them and you move on with your life. I guess maybe this was a question to answer at the beginning of this video, but someone asked, what counts as losing your virginity? And this is really a personal thing, because there is like a whole, you know, debate on like the virginity concept in our society as a whole, and how women are like being stripped of something or whatever the heck. But to me, losing your virginity means gaining a sexual experience of, you know, intercourse with somebody, something where you're playing down below, I guess, you know? Because when I'm thinking about it harder, I'm like, okay, but like lesbian sex, you're not really always doing penetration. Yeah, who am I to say, brothers? But that's my personal opinion, I suppose. I don't know. Okay, this is the last question I'll answer because, woo, it's a good one. Did you have an orgasm the first time? And if not, how long did it take? First off, my first orgasm was from me, your girl. Second off, my first time was very quick. I bled more than I owed. I didn't owe at all. I was just in pain. And honestly, I did not have an orgasm with any of my partners until the one I'm with now. Whoa! So that's the tea on that. Any other questions you have about this topic in general, you can leave down below, okay? I just really wanted to have this chat because I just had so much to talk about and you guys had so much to ask. I hope it made you feel more comfortable, less alone, more understood, all of the good things. And I hope I didn't like offend anybody or misspeak or use the wrong terms in any way, shape, or form. That was not my intention at any time. I was just talking about straight sex because that's the only kind of sex I've had so far. Anywho's, I think this is the end of this video. So if you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up for me. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Ring the notifications bell if you would like to be notified when I upload. And until the next upload, stay smiling. Bye, guys.
You hide your skin like it's shy, or there's something wrong. You stylish when you got nothing on. Yeah, and all I do is make these